What's up, everyone? I'm going to give a quick update on some of this. I'll try to go as quick as possible, but that never seems to happen. So one, I play the same riff because of the frequencies. This, two different frequencies, they sound different. Number two, I went back and compared my videos. My videos sound all the same. The GP into the PA with not without a cab, the GP into the head using the head as a power amp, and just taking the cab off, but everything was GP. All the gain was all GP. And then 4 cable, which was using these channels where most of the gain comes from the amp and not this. So when I went back and compared all the videos, they all sound the same. And I'm going to explain this again because a lot of people don't get this. Digital tube amps recorded in this phone go into YouTube and it gets processed. That processing is a digital signal. You'll never hear a tube amp sound on a record. No matter what Joe Bonamassa tells you, he can crank the shit out of it. That feeling he's getting in the room is just a feeling, not a tone. So all these guys who say this is the only head you need and this and that, you know, you can crank a head to get more gain out of it and break up, but at the same time, you can also go deaf. So for me, I like processing pedals used with the gain stages of the amp, only because I can feel air being pushed at a lower volume. And again, it's not a tone, it's a feeling. That feeling makes you play better or not, or you can get adjusted to your feelings. And stop using feelings to judge stuff and go by your actual playing. I don't know if this makes sense to people. So just to show you guys. So, and the other thing, I didn't hear a lot of reverb, so I'm gonna play it one time through it, and I'll do it right now real quick. So I'm gonna up the reverb just so I can hear it in the recording. So that's with the reverb up. I just want to hear it. It's a plate. That's back to where I had it. So I want to hear the tone difference, because sometimes in here it sounds like a lot, but then I listen to the recording and it's not. Again, hearing and thoughts with triggered endorphins make you think differently. Even though it sounds like, to me, I go back and I listen and it's close to the EVH sound. That don't sound like EVH to me. So here's the other thing that I figured out is if I take the gain off of the GP and up the gain on here, which the gain is only at 3, it's not even full gain, because I can control my clean without MIDI. You know, I was talking about doing MIDI to channel switch. You don't have to. You can just channel switch. So here's my overdrive. Just to show you guys that I'm not manipulating it. If I go to my clean and roll that off, that's how good of a tone that is. When you get good amps like that, you can roll the volume off. And I have the volume all the way up in the overdrive. There is an overdrive on. But if you roll off the amount of K resistance in here, you just roll it off. Which is cool, because now if I add more, it's still clean, louder. Now the cool thing about this is, in my amp patch, in this amp 30 patch in the GP, I have a controller. Now if I take the controller off or punch it, now it's totally clean. but it's a different clean because now the modulation and the delay's off. And if I roll it off just a hair, get that compressed tone. That's how good this amp and this is together. So, and then you can adjust the patch volume with your two separate volumes and equal the volumes up if you wanted to. I like to clean a little louder so that I can compress it naturally without using a compressor. And then if I just want, now again, this is in my dirty setting with a controller. And I don't know if I can bring it up so you can see. So just so you can kind of see. So here's the control. It says amp dirty. I just hit that and now I'm back in my overdrive. So I just take the clean off. Now if I didn't want to do that and I just hit the clean on, here's my roll off on the volume here, right? So it has very little overdrive from the board on there. So now I can stay in the same patch and just click the clean. Now, to show you something else, I did create a clean patch and I went for my overdrive. So here, let's go back to here. That's like a bluesy setting, right? So if I leave that on there and I go out of the clean and go back to here. Oh, let's save that like that. That's what I did wrong. Let's do this again so you can see. So here's the amp clean, right? Again, I don't know if you can see it. Let me go down a little more so you can kind of see. See, there's the blue right there. Amp dirty blue. Second patch on the clean. So if I go back on my dirty, now I got like a in the back blue sound. Kind of like a David Gilmour. And then if I do put the clean on, totally clean, then I can add overdrive here. Roll that up. So the possibilities with this thing are almost endless. And then I got my gain back. I can hold gain stage 2 on if I wanted to. So that's the second gain stage on my clean. go back to my So again, the possibilities with this thing are endless and that's just 2 patches, right? With 2 controllers switching inside each patch. So it gives me like four scenes, basically. We'll call them scenes, 4 scenes. And then I got another 4 scenes with the pedal. And if I roll it off, I can compress it and do all kinds of things. So this is the update that I wanted everybody to see. So you don't need MIDI to control your cleans or get your cleans. This will do it right from the dirty. Go into clean. Again, for me, see, that's pushing air. So again, it's a feeling. So there you go. You can channel switch through your amp and roll out your volume off and create different stuff instead of tap dancing on a bunch of pedals. So even though I like amps and stuff, the GP200 sounds amazing through the head in a 4-cable method. I'll do one with the JCM next so you can hear a Marshall with the GP. So now the Splon is basically a modded, but for you guys that like some of the older heads, like me, like the JCM 900 is my favorite head of all time. This one is starting to become one of my favorite heads, flat out. I use their patches in my Fractal, the Splons. That's what I use for the overdrives, that and EVH. But that sounds incredible. So again, don't mix feelings with sound quality. Sound quality is what it gets recorded in the end. So even though I love tube amps and I think they do sound just as good, some amps that are built well, like this Marshall AVT, sounds like the 900. So the hybrid amps sound really good. I won't say like a solid state, but solid state sounds really good as well, depending on what you get and where it was made. So again, this is just a demo to show you that you can get all your cleans with just rolling volume off in your patches and using your amp switcher. So peace out. I hope that helps.